They are tech. That I am correct right here. And just imagine you can go to Hong Kong and you can beam yourself up there. It's like Star Wars. And so I can just see with all the innovation, everything that's happening, it's just going to become unimaginable. And you're going to get surprised and surprised and surprised because we have the best innovators with the company. And so I'm very excited about the future.
Hey there, future real estate legends. This is Jason P. Jordan, your go-to global real estate coach and the president and CEO of the Legends International team brokered by eXp Realty. I just wanted to thank you for being here and welcome you to another episode of the LiT Real Estate Show, where we interview our equity partners at eXp Realty in the USA and from all around the globe. Now I just ask you to please subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button and hitting that bell icon so you never miss another LiT show or any other future videos that I have and launch here on this channel. It also helps the show grow so we can get even more successful eXp Realty agents on to help you. Now, at the same time, if you're a subscriber, you'll get access to new shows before anyone in the world does. If you would, subscribe right now. Thanks so much. So let me introduce our guest speaker today. Janine Aaron Trout lives today in Hood River, Oregon in the United States, but she's originally from Switzerland. She's a global real estate growth strategist, entrepreneur, and tech innovator based there in Hood River, Oregon. Like I said, originally from Switzerland with family ties in Hong Kong, Janine blends a multicultural perspective with over a decade of experience in digital marketing and web development. In 2011, she co-founded Electrifying Design, a full-service development agency specializing in AI, blockchain, and real estate solutions. Her passion for helping others grow led her to the real estate industry, where she brings together marketing savvy, tech expertise, and strategic thinking. Since joining eXp Realty in 2020, Janine has been empowering agents worldwide to scale their businesses using proven systems, automation, and personal brand growth. As a team specialist, she focuses on streamlining operations, boosting lead generation, and expanding team networks. Fluent in English, German, and Swiss German, Janine effortlessly bridges cultures and communities. Driven by integrity, vision, and impact, she's not only passionate about business success, but also about creating wealth with purpose and fostering a global community built on courage, connection, and kindness. Thanks so much, Janine, for taking the time, getting up early on that West Coast to come and spend some time with us here at the Legends International team. So welcome.
Thank you, Jason, for that wonderful introduction.
Yes. I have to admit, being involved in AI and tech in 2011. I mean, that's like way back, right? That's like using the Wayback Machine to go way back. But I leverage ChatGPT, right? So I grab a hold of what people have on LinkedIn, their website, whatever, and then it builds this nice bio, right? 2 paragraphs, let's go, right? And then everybody gets a really good picture of who we're talking to. So thank you for that.
Yes. I appreciate the leverage of AI. Of course, my husband is definitely deep in AI, a lot deeper than I am. So, okay. But yeah, thank you. And I know that you mentioned why, how I got into real estate was kind of interesting. Like you mentioned, with my husband and we built up the software company. I did the marketing part. And then we had the kids, I was pregnant, and I suddenly sat there and I thought, wait a minute, I don't know if something ever were to happen if I could run that, because I don't speak his software language. So okay. Sometimes when he talks to me and it goes over my head, I get 10%, my eyes glaze over and I'm like, okay. So I always had a passion for real estate. Nobody in my family was in real estate before, but always on the side of my bed, I had books of the Columbia Gorge of houses for sale. And every night that was, instead of reading a love novel, I was looking at houses for sale. And I suddenly thought, okay, let's just try real estate. Let's just get a real estate license for backup. So I got my real estate license, and then soon enough,
What year was this? What year was this that you got your real estate license?
2000 and it was right before COVID hit.
Okay, so 2018, 2019-ish.
Right. Okay. So I got it then, and I got it as a backup. So I got it, and then suddenly I thought, well, I better do something with it. I can't just have it here and not do anything with it. So I did a few deals, fell in love. I'm like, this is amazing helping buyers and sellers and the energy level. And so I did a few sales, and then COVID hit. And then having a child doing kindergarten and a 1-year-old, and having kindergarten taught online. If you've ever seen that, that is an adventure in itself.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I remember that going on. Living here in Northern Italy, we had it very bad very early on, but I didn't have kindergartners. So I had seventh graders at the time. So kindergarten, wow. Online kindergarten. How do you even do
Felt
that?
awful for that teacher. She was more trying to get their attention than anything else.
Right.
Right.
So you were able to work, were you still able to do deals through that time period, or were you just like, no, I'm going to pull back the reins and take a pause?
I did a few deals, and it was tried to do the marketing. I tried to do it all, and it was definitely a challenge. But if you're really passionate, you're really want something, you go for it.
Mm-hmm.
And the kids, they had to work with me. Like a few times I had a Zoom meeting, I said, you have to be there, you go upstairs and be quiet. And for the most time, they respected it. But of course, the people were flexible too. Like if a toddler popped in, they understood it at that time.
Right. Yeah. And I think even today, people are still more, flexible about things like that than prior to, right? So
Right.
we learn to kind of adapt. And I think that's one reason why our company eXp grew so much, right? Is because it changed the paradigm for people. So was eXp the first company that you were, that was your first brokerage?
No, it was funny enough, a local brokerage. And she told me from the beginning, I'm very local. I'm not going to be much support, but I was like, that's exactly what I want. Because I have kids, I have a dog, and I have still the marketing to run. I want to do it at my own pace, right? And so I joined there. I did a few interviews with Remax and with other companies, and at that time was just not a fit because $500 in desk fees. Who has that when you're first starting off? And if you're
Right.
doing a part-time, it just doesn't work, and you have to be there. So I first joined a small local brokerage here, did it for 6 months, but I quickly realized I needed just a little bit more support.
Mm.
And it has to be more flexible, not on her time. I need it like I'm a little bit of an impatient person. So if I want something, I want it now. And I was not getting that. And so then I met Randy on LinkedIn. Funny enough, LinkedIn.
We're talking about Randy Bird. Is that what we're talking about?
Randy Bacon.
Randy Bacon. Okay.
Like the bacon.
Okay.
And he told me about this cloud-based brokerage, and I could do it on my own time. And I could go into this cloud and I can get my support and my answers there. I was like, that's it. Yes. We're already in tech. I love this idea. It's cloud-based and I have freedom. So that was the huge draw to eXp, and then getting a mentor assigned that I can just do over Zoom and talk to. And he was in Portland. I'm in Hood River. First, I was like, will that really work? But it's genius. I love it.
And I think about today, right, that I have agents, in India, and different parts of the world, and Spain and South America, and technology allows us to be like it's right next door, right? And it's just interesting that, so you went from this mom and pop local brokerage, and then you moved into eXp, right, which is a complete shift, right? And so was it just the flexibility of the technology, or was there anything else from the business model that kind of grabbed your attention, made you kind of move beyond just the technology?
It was newer. It was tech savvy. It was just more support in the training, because I looked into the training, and it's because I wasn't getting it from her.
Right.
And I was blown away how much training there is, like over 50 hours. And I like that I could do it when I put the kids to bed, maybe 9, 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
And so that aspect of training and support, and how much training there was.
Yeah, it's almost overwhelming, to be honest. I mean, there's so much training there. And I think most agents don't take advantage of it. And they should. I mean, there's so much really good training there, and being taught by the best of the best. I mean, when Glenn put this whole thing together, it was brilliant how they came up with the idea that the icons actually had to teach training in order to get their icon stock award, right? It's as a byproduct. So you got to pour back in to your colleagues in order to get all the benefits and the perks, right? So it tricks and incentivizes your best of your best to teach others, which, is kind of goes against the grain in the other models, right? Because you don't want to teach your competitor what you're doing because they might steal your business.
Right. And it's so funny because I have a wonderful agent. For 2 years, I was not pushing, but I was saying, learn your KV core. Learn your KV core. I think that's a really good idea. And for 2 years, and he finally got started. And now he's like, Janine, I should have listened to you earlier. So yes, leveraging the tools and leveraging also the top agents, like you were saying. Like, I didn't do that in the beginning. Like, now I'm reaching out to Brent. I'm reaching out to you. I'm reaching out, like, leveraging all the collaboration and all the agents on the platform. And I've never had someone be mean or turn me away. They just guide me in a different direction. So that came afterwards. I was just blown away, and I still get surprised.
You just put me in the same sentence as Brent Go. So thank you so much for that. That's a heck of a compliment. I have a lot to achieve in order to rise to that level. But thank you for that compliment, Janine.
Well, it was the kindness, because you showed kindness, and I was just blown away by that too. How you helped me with Neela.
Yeah, and I think I embrace and embody the collaborative spirit at eXp. Right? I want to treat everybody as a equal, and we're all equity partners, right? And Glenn treats everybody like an equity partner, right? So why shouldn't we, right? The guy who has the most stock, the founder, right? Why wouldn't we treat everyone equally as equity partners? And that's how I look at it. And, now with this new thing with co-sponsoring coming up here, there's all this cool, new, innovative ways that we're going to be able to partner and work together and grow each other's organizations. I've been on calls all week talking about that with different players around the world, and it's a very exciting time. So now that you kind of were in eXp, you were learning the technology, you were doing deals, and then you probably started uncovering some of the key aspects of the business model, right? So about revenue share and the ICON stock award program, right? In the U.S., the healthcare program, right, which I know is a really big deal for agents in the U.S. So what was it that after you kind of been in a while that kind of got you excited and was like, wow, there's more here than I thought?
I love that question. So I'll never forget, it was up in Seattle. We're at a team group meeting, and Randy Bacon, he just showed this video of the rev share. And I sat there and I was like, wait a minute. I can do passive income. I can work from anywhere. So if I want to travel to Switzerland for like 3 months with my kids, I can do that. And I just flipped a whole 360 degrees right there. And I was like, I am attached, because the revenue share, it is a beautiful, beautiful system creating passive income. Because imagine if this was from Gene Frederick in Las Vegas. He told the story of this family man. He climbed up a ladder. Yep. He fell down, had a head injury, could not work for a whole year, and his family could still survive, keep the house. They were still safe, and that meant everything to me. My family means everything to me. As I mentioned, I always prioritize. My family always comes first. So that was a no-brainer. I was like, this is amazing. I can create this alongside, which I then didn't. I did 360. I was like, nope, I'm completely switching, which I'm always hesitant to say that it is fantastic, but it is a harder start for most. Some accelerate amazingly, and some it is a little bit so. Just be aware, talk to your sponsor about it, but it is an amazing level of income that you can have through eXp. And that's what also blows me away of the company. You can have multiple streams of income. Mm-hmm. They're all optional, which is beautiful. So you can pick and choose the stock awards, the revenue share. Right. It's just all optional, and it's all right there for you.
Speaking of optional, when I was sitting at eXpCon 2021 was my first one. And they were showing slides on the stage about how many people at the company receive revenue share. And at that time, it was less than 12%. I was like, what? Because, I come from a network marketing background, and our organization comes from a network marketing background. And so we were like, what? Right? And that just is a testament that why eXp is the number one in transactions is because we actually do a lot of real estate transactions. We sell a lot of real estate. And a lot of the competitors will say, no, you guys are just a recruiting company, right? These are old sayings that competitors would say back in the day, but like they can say it today, but we have the numbers to prove, right? So literally it just came out, Riz Media here this last week said number one in transactions, number three in volume, right? Number one by agent count. So I think the model is proven, right? And I think that's the key. So let's talk a little bit, Janine, as we're kind of wrapping up our interview here today, the future, right? So now you've been part of eXp, going into your fifth year, and you said you kind of done this 360 once you kind of understood revenue share. Kind of take a look into the future now, right? And what do you see as the future for eXp, and specifically through your lens?
It's going to be massive. It is going to be massive. It's growing. I can already see a difference, even just on LinkedIn. I can see the huge difference from how many agents are actually transitioning with eXp. And the future is just unimaginable, because it was 2 years ago in Salem, and Glenn Sanford was on stage, and he mentioned that they're working on I don't know, but they're working on a technology where you can actually beam yourself into a property and show them. And I was like, oh, I'm with the right company. I am correct right here. And just imagine you can go to Hong Kong and you can beam yourself up there. It's like Star Wars. And so I can just see, with all the innovation, everything that's happening, it's just going to become unimaginable. And you're going to get surprised and surprised and surprised, because we have the best innovators with the company. And so I'm very excited about the future. I think it's just going to take off even more, especially also commercial.
Yeah. The exciting thing about getting to know Glenn is that he is such an innovator and a futurist, right? That sometimes he'll say something and it might take a little while to make that actually bring it to market, right? But he is always working on things and always working on new technologies. When we were at the International MLS Forum in October, he was working the whole time. Like, there was a table and he was literally working away at his laptop. He had all kinds of things going on. When we went to dinner that night, he wanted to show me all these new things he had developed, and he gave me his headphones to listen to this new audio training program he built with AI. And I was like, Glenn, you could have exited long ago, and you inspire me because you're in your 50s and you're still rock in this thing day in and day out, right? When he took over as the head, the CEO of eXp Realty International, I was like, Glenn, you did not have to do this, but I'm so glad that you did, right? And it's a night and day movement, right? And if you look at our financial numbers, they just came out here a few weeks back, where we did our 2024 numbers. And I was showing this yesterday to a group in another country that we won't talk about here on the recording, but that we're thinking about going into. And I was showing them the financial numbers. And I said, I want you to look at the 2023 numbers for international, where there's over 50% growth. And I said, we've been losing money, right, internationally, because we've been investing. And I said, but I want you to look at the 2024 numbers, right, where there was a 13.4 million loss in 2023, and then now it's like 4 million, right? And I said, so you see a trend. And I said, so it'll be interesting to see what happens in 2025, which all these great things we have going on, all these great new leaders joining the company. It's amazing. And I look at that. So thank you so much for sharing your story with Glenn. That's also another reason I saw that you had a picture with Glenn. So I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to put that on her slide.
Yeah, I saw that. Thank you. And it's so funny. It just reminded me, you mentioned that Glenn and Michael, my husband, probably would get along, because he's exactly like that. And it's the passion. It seems like their passion. And then when they get excited, they want to show everything. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, he is quite the tech genius, Glenn is. Yeah. And he used to sell a lot of real estate. You know, he was a team leader, a top 50 team leader at Keller Williams for the whole of the U.S. So he knows how to sell too. And I've actually seen him work on closing a deal. It was quite interesting to see in person. So
yeah,
story for another time. So Janine, I know you got to get going here. It's very early on the West Coast. And so I want to, be appreciative of your time, but not take advantage. So thank you so much for taking your time to do this interview.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. This was wonderful.
Hey, I hope you found value in today's legendary interview with our special guest. If you'd like to see more interviews just like this one, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. And if you'd like to learn more about today's guest, I placed all their contact information in the description below. Who knows? Maybe they are the mentor you've been looking for. And if you're looking to make a change who you are partnered with in real estate, feel free to book a no-pressure private Zoom call with me. During this private call, I'll share with you how we help real estate agents leverage their language skills and cultural connections to close more transactions both locally and internationally using cutting-edge lead generation technology and marketing techniques. If you want to find yourself in a different situation in 90 days or in a year from now, it's important to find the right partners that can mentor you, have the right strategies, and are willing to give you the roadmap without asking for an additional cut of your commission. With the unique eXp Realty model, it's a collaboration, not competition mentality. The numbers don't lie either. So if you're curious, reach out and set up an appointment. I look forward to meeting you. Feel free to check out the other videos I have here on the channel about eXp Realty too, in case you're just curious. Otherwise, drop your questions or suggestions for upcoming guests in the comments below. Once again, I'm Jason Jordan, your go-to global real estate coach with the Legends International team, brokered by eXp Realty. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you don't miss any future videos. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.